everyone, this is Akhilesh Kumar Bind, PGT English, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Tengravali. I hope you all will be fine. Dear students, today we are going to deal with the third topic of our Beehive book, The Little Girl. Dear friends, this topic, The Little Girl, has been written by Katherine Mansfield. Before going to the topic, a brief description of the author. This is the image of the writer. Here a brief description. Kathleen Mansfield Murray. She was born on 14th October in 1888 and she died on 9th January in 1923. She was a prominent New Zealand modernist, short story writer and poet who was born and brought up in colonial New Zealand and wrote under the pen name of Katherine Mansfield. Okay, some of her famous short stories: The Garden Party, Miss Brill, and The Doll's House. Before going to deal with the topic, The Little Girl, we have a brief introduction of the topic. You are requested to listen carefully. The title of the story refers to the main character that we will come across, the little girl named Kezia. The theme of the story is the relationship between children and their parents. And the writer, Katherine Mansfield, wants to tell us that children share a very important bond of love with their parents. Dear students, this is the main theme of this topic, the little girl. Although when children are small, when they are young, they don't feel that their parents love them because their parents are strict and many actions of the parents seem unjustified. We people also feel this. Our parents are very strict. What they want good for us. That's why they show strictness so that we can improve ourselves. But what we think? We say they are wrong, they are doing bad things, they are controlling us. We blame so many things. But this is not right. Whatever they do, they only do for us. But as children grow up, they realize, when children grow up, they realize that all the acts done by their parents were beneficial for them. And we people, when we will be grown up, that time we will realize the importance of our parents and teachers also. The parents were concerned for them, and beneath the strictness lies a heart full of love for the children. We can notice our parents are strict, but they love us. And this bond of love between parents and their children has been highlighted through this story. It's clear? This is the main part of this story, the little girl. It's clear? I hope now the theme and message of this topic would be clear, and keeping this in your mind, now you can understand the topic easily. Now let's begin the topic, the little girl. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with goodbye, father. And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. In the very first small para, we will come across the nature and thinking of a little girl. Listen carefully. To the little girl, he. Who is he here? He refers here the father of that girl. Father was a figure to be feared, means to say, whenever she used to see her father, she was always frightened. She was in fear. Now think, suppose if we fear of our father, that time we can feel this. The same was happening with that girl. Whenever she used to see her father, that time she was so frightened. Every morning, this was the routine of father before going to work. He used to come uh, into her room, and as this is the practice and habit of foreigners, especially in England, what is there? This is goodbye kiss. Okay, he used to kiss her, and to that kiss she used to respond with saying goodbye father. And when she used to hear the noise of carriage growing fainter and fainter, when the meaning is here, when the father used to go towards his office or the factory where he was working, and in which carriage he used to go, when the noise of that carriage used to become fainter and fainter, that time she used to feel relaxed and relief. Suppose at your home, if you are so frightened of your father, if the father is not at home, that time we feel relaxed. The same condition is here. It's clear? In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall, "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Has not the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." And in the evening time, when he used to come back, that time he used to shout, he used to speak in his loud voice about the paper. He used to ask where is paper, bring tea for him in his drawing room. This was his daily habit. And he used to ask, "Mother, go and see if my papers out there, and bring me my slippers." And then he used to speak in a loud voice, and he used to ask tea and slippers and papers. It's clear? Kezia mother would call to her, and the name of that little girl was Kezia. And then mother would call to her. When father used to ask about tea, papers, sleepers, that time mother used to call to her, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." And now that mother was advising her, if she is a good girl, she should come close to her father and she should take his boots off. Okay, as we suppose our parents come after work, that time we offer water and tea for them. In the same manner, the mother was advising her that now her father was at home after working, she should help him. The meaning is here. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs. Slip down means come down. more slowly still across the hall and push open the drawing room door. Okay, and then very slowly that girl used to come in front of her father and she used to open the drawing room door. Okay, so this was the timid nature of that girl, timid nature of that girl. But that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. And the way how that father used to look at her, that was frightening manner. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. And then father used to call her, say her, hurry up Kezia and now pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? And after that he used to ask how was the day and how she behaved in the house. Then in a fearful manner, she used to say, I don't know, father. In this manner, okay. So when we don't have confidence, how we can utter a single sentence? Now we can see here. She used to say, I don't know, father. Okay. We can say when we are confident, that time we can say, I don't know, father. But she was so frightened of her father, that's why she was unable to respond. This happens if they in the house there would be such atmosphere. So how would be their understanding between father and child? That atmosphere should be relaxed. Father should understand children and children should understand father also. This should happen in the house. But now see what was the atmosphere of that house where Kezia was living. That's why if father used to ask, say something affectionately, so that girl might have felt relaxed. It's clear? This is the second phase of the topic, the little girl. You don't know, if you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Now listen carefully. The girl, due to fear of her father, she could not utter sentence clearly. She said, I don't know. Now look here. This is the rude behavior of that father. That's why she was so frightened and she was fearful. Now the father was repeating her action and this should not happen anywhere. He was repeating, you don't know, if you stutter like that. Now the father was warning, father was advising, and he was scolding her, not in exact manner advising. He was scolding her. If she speaks like that, stutter here refers speaking. If she speaks like that, then mother will have to take her to the doctor. And now she never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father. Okay, that girl never spoke in that manner as she used to speak with father. Okay, but only with father. She was so frightened of the nature of her father. He was so strict. She could not know how his nature was. That's why she was stuttering. She was speaking in such manner. Because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. She was frightened. That's why she was unable to speak properly in front of her father. What is the matter? What are you looking so distressed about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. And then, in a very scolding manner, he used to say, what's the matter? What's the reason? Why she looks so wretched? Wretched refers now in front of her father. There was no charm at her face. She was not smiling. She was only frightened. She was sad. Look of that girl. That's why he used to shout and used to ask, what is the matter? And then he used to say, Mother, I wish you taught this child. He used to say that to her mom, uh, that father, he wants that she should teach her the manner appear in front of him, and she should not be so charmless. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. And after that, he used to say, now carry his teacup back to the table carefully. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Okay, so how the personality was of that father? He was so big. He was tall person, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Okay, so when he used to yawn, when we open our mouth to take breathe, long breath, that time, okay, his mouth used to appear so big. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Okay, so see, that girl used to compare her father with Satan also. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother, but the little girl always found mother reading and father stressed out on the sofa. Okay, so every Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her. In that house, there were four persons: that little girl, grandmother, and father, and little girl's mother. Okay, but on Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother, but the little girl always found mother reading and father is stressed out on the sofa. Okay, so this was the intention of grandmother to teach some manners. That's why she used to send that this little girl uh, go and talk with them. And whenever she went there, she always found mother was reading something and father was sleeping in this manner. So how could she speak? How could she talk? That's why she could not talk. Okay, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on of the vest, uh, cushions, sleeping soundly and snorting. Now look, in this manner he used to sleep on sofa. Okay, dear students, we all know what is the role of our grandparents at home. They always teach us good lessons of life, how to behave, how to act, how to respond of elderly persons. The same grandmother of Kezia was doing. And when that girl found mother reading and father sleeping, that time what she used to do? She sat on a stool gravely, very seriously. She sat on a stool, watched him until he woke and stressed and asked the time, then looked at her. Okay, she used to go there and she used to sit there on a stool, and then when her father used to wake up, and when he used to ask and about her something, then see what he used to ask. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. Okay. What when when her father used to look at her, that time what was his first question? Don't stare so, Kezia. Kezia, what she was staring? Why she was staring at him in that manner? You look little like a little brown owl. Now this was the remark of that father. That was not good remark. He should say, Kezia, how are you? What you are doing, like that. He should have asked anything affectionately, but each and every time that father was behaving strictly. This was the problem of the nature of that father. Okay, and when we people found such behaviors, so how we can share our things and emotions and feelings and other things? One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushions for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Okay, what happened? One day, the girl she kept indoors. She could not go outside because she was suffering of cold. And at that time, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was coming next week, and she suggested to make happy her father, she should make him something, and that was pincushion. Okay, for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Now, this was a suggestion of that grandmother. And then laboriously with a double cotton the little girl stitched three sides, but what to fill it with, that was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them off, tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed her case, uh, then sewed up the fourth side. Okay, now what is cushions? That is like a pillow type. Okay, so that girl, whatever suggestion her grandmother gave her, she followed that and she was making a pin cushion for father. Okay, okay, so she began her work, and she did hard work, and that little girl stitched three sides of that cushion, and but she could not find what to fill in that, because cushion is like pillow or cloth of bag. Okay, and then she was searching some stuff to fill in that cushion, and that time uh, she went into mother's bedroom and looked for scraps, and that time grandmother was out in the garden. And then what happened in that bedroom, on the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, and then she gathered them and tore them into teeny pieces and stuffed her case, then sewed up the fourth side. Okay, after doing this she was able to make cushion for her father as a birthday gift. Okay, the night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Rooms were servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room. Oh, yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. Okay, so what happened? When that night, when father came and there was a hue and cry, there was a great bustle, there was great noise in that house. Father was shouting, he was speaking loudly, and he was searching something. Father's great search for the port authority, and that paper was whatever that girl tore into pieces, that those were very important papers. And he was searching that paper was related to port authority, and rooms were searched, servants questioned, they asked with questions, they questioned with servants, and if they found the papers, they were searching here and there. Finally mother came into Kezia's room, and then mother of Kezia, she came into Kezia's room, and then she asked Kezia, she supposes she didn't see some papers on a table in her room. And then she replied, oh yes, she said. And she what she answered? She said she tore them up for her surprise. She was making something, that's why she tore them into pieces. What? Screamed mother. And hearing this, mother screamed at her, come straight down to the dining room this instant. I don't come here. And she was dragged down to the where father was pacing to and fro. and she was brought in front of father, where her father was going, okay, going and coming back, hands behind his back. And that time, well, he said sharply, okay, mother explained. And then mother of Kezia explained what happened with those papers. He stopped and started at the child. Did you do that? And then he began uh, began shouting at that girl. He said, did she do that? No, 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 she whispered, and mother go up to her room and face down the damn thing. See that the child is put to bed this instant. Okay, and after that mother went into the house of Kezia and she brought that material where she kept those torn pages. It's clear? That time the girl was crying too much to explain. She lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. Okay, and when that girl was brought in front of father, after that mother went into the Kezia's bedroom, and that time she was crying too much. That Kezia was crying too much to explain what happened. She lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. She was very sad that time. And then the father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. Now this, I'm going to beat you for this, he said. And that time he was too much angry, and he said now he's going to beat her with that ruler. Oh, no, 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 she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes, and that time she was too frightened, and she hid herself under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside, and after that the father pulled those bedclothes aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out her hands. Okay, you must be taught once and for all not to touch what doesn't belong to you. Father was shouting and he was saying now he will beat her and he will teach her a lesson. What doesn't belong to her, she should not touch that. Okay, but it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms, and she said, father, what she did, that was only for his birthday, but that could not save her, and that ruler came on her little pink palms. She was beaten by that ruler. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. And when grandmother came there, when she made her relaxed, and when she rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. And then what did God make fathers for? And then she she was with her grandmother and she was saying, what did God make fathers for? Now she was blaming why God made fathers. She sobbed, she was crying, she was sobbing. Here is a clean hanky, darling. And grandmother was softening her, making her relax, and she said, here is a hanky, dear. Blow your nose. Go to sleep. Pet, you will forget all about it in the morning. And she says, don't think like that. Go to sleep. Pet, here in very affectionately she says. The meaning of pet is pet animals, but here this is in affection that has been said by grandmother for that Kezia, and she also says she will forget all about in the morning what happened with her. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. And grandmother also assured her she tried to explain what happened why did Kezia tore those pages? But father was upset. That's why he could not listen that night. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. Okay, grandmother advised her she will forget everything in the morning, but that girl could not forget that. And after that, whenever she uh, saw her father, very quickly she put both hands behind her back and a red color flew into her cheeks. Okay, and each and every time she was too much frightened after beaten by father. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby meow on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets, ran round and round the floor beds, shaking with laughter once as he saw the boys turn the hose on him, and he tried to catch them laughing all the time. And in her neighbor there was another family, that was McDonald's family, and they had 5 children. In that house there were 5 children, and those children used to play with their parents each and every time. They were enjoying too much. Okay, here tag children's game of catching one another. Okay, so as we have hide and seek in the same manner, in that house there was such type of games, and they used to make fun, they used to enjoy, they used to laugh. And now this the girl wanted as everyone's. Okay, so she compared that family with her own family. Then it was she decided there were different sorts of fathers, and then she decided that fathers are different. Suddenly one day, mother became ill, and she and grandmother went to hospital. And what happened one day? Mother of Kezia, she was ill, and she and grandmother went to the hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. Okay, and what happened? That little girl was left alone in the house. Why she was left alone in the house? Because her mother was ill, and grandmother and her mother went to hospital. Okay, and at that time at house there was Alice, that was cook. That was all right in the daytime. Okay, so whole daytime there was no problem because the cook was there and she enjoyed. But what happened? Now see in next page. So during daytime there was no problem for her because father was not there, so no problem. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. Okay, but when Alice was trying to put her onto bed, she grew suddenly afraid, and that time she became afraid. Okay, what I will do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares, and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. Okay. The girl was thinking what she will do because she used to see nightmares in her sleep. Okay. In her dream, whenever she used to sleep, that time in her dream there is nightmare. And what is nightmare? We know we see there is wish, there is satans, we are too much frightened. That time this is a nightmare. Okay, nightmare, a bad dream. Okay, so that time what she will do, because whenever she used to sleep, that time whenever she used to see such bad dream, then she used to go into her grandmother's bedroom. But what she will do? Grandmother was not there. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. She says she can't stay in the dark. Then you just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't use scream and wake your poor pa. Okay. And that cook advised her, just go to sleep, child, and then pulling off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Okay, now that Alice, she pulls off her socks, and after that she says, don't, you should not scream, and she should not wake her poor pa. Okay, pa, that is father. This was the advice of that Alice cook. Okay, as this was the uh, habit of that girl. In her dream, she used to see oftenly bad dreams. The same also happened on that night, but the same old nightmare came. The what was a bad dream? The butcher, butcher who cuts uh, chicken, goats, etc. Okay, the butcher with a knife and a rope who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, "Grandma, Grandma!" She woke shivering to see father beside her bed, a candle in his hand. Okay, now this was her nightmare. Okay, what was nightmare? The butcher with a knife and a rope, and he who was coming nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful, very bad smile while she could not move. And this happens in our nightmare. Someone chases us, but we are unable to move. That is nightmare. Okay, and could only stand still, crying out. That time in her dream she was crying too much, and she was screaming, "Grandma, Grandma!" When she woke up shivering, and she found father beside her bed. And when she woke up, that time she found her father was beside her, a candle in his hand. "What is the matter?" he said, and after that father asked, "What is the matter, dear?" "Oh, a witcher, a knife, I want Granny." And then she explained. In her dream she found butcher and knife. She wants Granny. He blew out the candle, went down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked off the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep, still with the smile all about, it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arms, held tightly to his shirt. Okay, and then what father did, he took that baby, he carried that baby into his big bedroom, and that time that girl could not forget that nightmare, that bad dream, and still she was watching. When she was about to sleep, the butcher's smile, the knife, and then suddenly what she did, she crept close to him. Okay, and then she crept close to her father, and she snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter, she lay still. Okay, and after that, that girl slept soundly. "Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm," said father. Okay, and but that time she was feeling cold, not slept soundly. She was feeling cold, and then father said, "Baby, rub her feet against his legs and get them warm," said father. As we do when we feel cold, that time we rub our hands. In the same manner, father advised her to rub her feet against his legs. Tired out, he slept before the little girl, and as we know, fathers always work outside. That's why they are always tired when they come back. That's why before the sleeping of that little girl, the father slept. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so weak after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writings. She stirred suddenly and sighed. "What is the matter?" asked her father and the dream. Okay, and then When that little girl found the father due to tiredness, he slept. Then she closely observed the face and personality and physique of her father, and she found, oh, father was not so weak after all, and with no one to look after him. And then she realized the value of her father, that he had none to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. Okay, now she was holding him tightly, so she was feeling that the body of father was harder than grandmother, but that was nice hardness. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be Mr. McDonald. And then she realized every day he had to work hard. That's why he could not be Mr. McDonald. Okay, she compared here now once again. Earlier, in this family, there was happiness. They were enjoying too much. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly, and then she realized what she had done. She torn out his beautiful writings and so many things that was important papers. And then she suddenly sighed, and then what's the matter? Asked her father and the dream. Then she said, oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. And then she said, oh, no, no, father, but her head is on his heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. And then she says, uh, now she can hear the beating of his heartbeat. And then she says, what a big heart you have got, father dear. And then she realized the value of her father, and she felt softness. She felt a nice and kindness of father first time. Now she forgot all fighting nature and fearful, and she realized what was the reason why her father was strict. Now she realized everything, and then she began to love her father. That's why she says here, what a big heart you have got, father dear. Okay, so this is here. Now in the end of the topic, we should know what is the value of this topic. Here there is a bond between a father and a child. Okay, our parents are very strict. Okay, they are very strict. They control our actions, but why? Only for our betterment. Okay, it's clear. So don't hate your parents, and sure, we grown up, that time you will realize the importance and value of your fathers. So if your mothers, they are strict to you, so don't ignore them and don't blame them, and don't say their actions are unjustified. Okay, their actions are good, but what is there? We should understand their problems too. What they are doing, they are working outside, they are tired. We should help them. We should make them happy. Okay. So here what you have learned in introduction. So once again, focus on that. You will find the theme and message of this topic. I hope this lesson would be clear to you. Now we have exercise of this topic. So here, now look here, number 2, that is answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences. So we have 4 questions, and this third one, discuss these questions in class with your teacher and then write down your answers in 2 or 3. Okay, so write the answers of these 3 questions also. It's clear? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 3, 7 questions. It's clear? Thank you everyone. I hope this audio lesson will help you. If any problem, ask me. Once again, thank you everyone.